The Xtractor brushes is one of my favorite new additions to Zbrush, and it allows you to very quickly duplicate already sculpted details around the model. Technically how it's doing it, it's looking at what you've been sculpting here, it captures it into an alpha in like one click, and then you can very quickly drag it around. So the way this works is very easy. We switch to one of the Xtractor brushes. I recommend using the Xtractor drag rectangle, or this drag rect. And then we can go over an area we want to replicate. Now we already sculpted some nice wrinkles here around his eye. So we want to duplicate this around a few different times on a model. So we just hit the G key now. Now you can see it turns into the cyan color. Now if we just drag it around where the circle is now, this is what's going to be captured. And now this might just take a second for you. And then you're going to have an alpha over here. And then you can just drag it out like so. And you have these really beautiful wrinkles right away. So this is so powerful because it just means you can reuse parts of your model just without really, without really exporting it out or something like that. It just becomes incredibly intuitive. So then you can just add more wrinkles to all these kind of areas, and you're just going to speed up your work so much. I can't express how much I like using this feature. Another example here as well is if we have a terrain like this, we can use, we have a nice terrain and we want to fiddle up with cobblestones. I've just sculpted the worst cobblestones in the world for this example. So hit the G key with the same brush, and we can just drag it out like so. And once we drag it out, it might take some time to refresh over here, but once we drag it out, then we can just very easily just drag it out like so. You can see here though that the edges are a bit soft, and this is due to the focal shift. This is what the focal shift is doing. If we set this all the way to 100, you can see that we're now dragging out the full alpha of this, like the entire image. Or if you set this to something like 100, you can see basically nothing is being put out here. So you can just see the effect of what it's doing now. So if you want a better result, we can set this something like -60, and now we get a bit of, you see the bit of border, but we also get a really nice and sharp result like this. So now you can just very quickly just add crazy cobblestones to your model like this. So Xtractor brushes, fantastic new feature in ZBrush 2020.